Let's walk. I see a lot of tracks here today. A lot of tracks. Very, very cool. What's that sticking out? What is that? Wow. Now that is a surprise. That is very interesting. Wow. Seems to be the 3 Mudmasters and Rangeman. Anyway, just a bit of fun. I thought I'd do something different again, so I covered them in sand. I'm gonna go over the specs for each of them and stay tuned, because well, not stay tuned, we're gonna do it now. I'm gonna walk back to the car, and as you can see, there's the car. So let's get back. One day do a quick review on these and shake them out. Let's get back in the car, change that. I'm not going to edit stuff, guys, you know this. Alright, and there's my mug. Alright, okay, so it's hot, and just let's have a look. Okay, so let's start off by getting my breath back. So I'm just sitting in the car, I'm not going to stay out there for long. I've done the specs on this guy. This is the Rangeman. Just to give the model number before, it's all full of sand now. This is for the GWG-B1000. Lovely watch, probably my favorite G-Shock at the moment. I know it's older than some, but the specs just next to none. So I will delve into, we have delved into that. So now let's start. So a while ago, a few years ago, the first one that came, well, not the first one, but Mudmaster that came out is this guy over here. So model number GWG-1000, if you want to have a look there. I don't know if you can see. So now GWG-1000, most of these models have the same specs or the same functions, except for the last model, which I will get into just briefly, but it's the same sort of principle. So you'll see I'm not a big fan of the negative display down here. It's not always easy to read, it's not always legible. But let's start off just by explaining the modes quickly. So first of all, the first mode you're going to be looking at here is barometer, and you'll see we're at 985, which is the current air pressure in hectopascal. Number 2 is temperature. There we go, 38. And I haven't worn this, so actually for the thermometer to work properly, you have to take it off your wrist and leave it for about 10 minutes. Now this guy is this hot because I put it under the sand. You can see it going down. I literally put it in the sand for maybe a minute, so it shows you the heat of the sand. Number 3, recall, so you can backtrack, have a look at the different, if you want to save something, you want to have a look at that, that's fine. Oops. Next function, stopwatch. I don't know if you can see that in the negative display. That is the stopwatch function. Countdown, timer. Alarms, there's a few. World time. I cannot remember this one. Anyway, I'm sure someone will highlight it for me. This is the last time a signal was received in terms of the multiband 6, I'll explain later. And you got the time. Now the other functions, the reason this is very popular is because of the ABC sensor or sensors. Now ABC is altimeter, barometer, compass. So if you look in the top here, you'll see COMP for compass. So if we click on that, will see second hand points north, and you will see the heading on the negative display as well. You can also set yourself a course and then follow that course. And then altimeter. So this is your height above sea level. This needs to be calibrated again. We're actually at about 70, I would say, if I recall, maybe a little bit higher. And then that's all the functions, and then obviously the light and everything. Now the reason these are very, I think they're basically indestructible, and why they are mud resistant is because of these buttons over here. These buttons are kind of like gaskets, so they don't allow for any dust or sand or any small particles to get in there. So up and beyond just water, it resists mud and sand and everything as well. And that's the basic functions of the Mudmaster. I'm not going to delve. You can also have storm warnings as example. So they call it storm warnings, but what happens essentially is you can set the alarm for, so we go into barometer, so you press mode button once and you hold in this button. You're going to see it's going to say info on barometer. Now what happens now is if the air pressure drops significantly, you'll get an alarm. Let's switch that off. And that's a storm warning to say that the air pressure's dropped, there's probably bad weather on the way. It's the same sort of functions with a rangeman. So this is the first, that's the GWG-1000. Awesome watch. If you want something that's a go anywhere watch, it's this one here. It's big, it's bulky, so I love it. The next model up from that, which I showed briefly last time, it'll be the GWG-2000. Now this is the cracked earth version. Also exactly the same functions. The only difference here is the materials used. There's carbon fiber, and look how stunning that is in the light. Awesome in the light. So you can see carbon fiber used. There's more metal. This aged metal look, I think, looks really good. I wish I could capture that in the GoPro properly, but you can see that is just a great looking watch. So there's that exact same functions. I do find that this is a bit more refined than the GWG-1000. The buttons are easier to press. The light is much more it just looms better. The loom is about the same, but the lights up the display much better. And the sensor, where the sensor is hidden, looks different as well. So let's see if we can capture that. So that's what the sensor looks like, and the back looks different as well. It's also got the carbon core guard in addition, so it's much different. I love the style of this watch. I like this limited edition that we have here. It's really cool. If you guys are looking at any G-Shock, this is also same principle. The gasket buttons, these strong buckles, just a great overall watch. And then let's do the last model now. I love red, always have, so I got the burgundy one. You'll see, great watch, same functions, except they've added some more. Let's see if we can get a nice shot. There we go. The display, the negative displays, I'm not crazy about, but I don't use those that much. I mostly use the hands. So the other thing about these watches, you can change the negative display to show different. So I don't know if you can see that. You can see the trend in the air pressure moving, and also you can put the time there as well. And then the addition that this guy has, it's got the barometer, temperature, recall, sunrise and sunset in addition. So it'll show you sunrise, sunset. Another, that's about the only addition that I can think of. And then the only other extra thing here is that this has the capability of connecting to your phone via Bluetooth. the weakest model of the three is not this one, strange enough, even though the one that I find looks the best, which is the GWG-2000 actually, even though I think it's the best looking out of the bunch, it's actually probably got not as functional as the other two, in that they refined the buttons and everything else, but it doesn't have. So with the GWG-1000, it specifically says that this guy is vibe resist. Now what that means is, if there's a vibration of some sort and it's a strong vibration, it's going to resist that. This guy doesn't show that at all. It shows forged carbon on the side, but it doesn't speak about vibe resistance at all. It also has multiband 6. It's also tough solar. All of these guys are tough solar, multiband 6. So in that sense they're the same. But this guy has Bluetooth in addition, sunrise sunset in addition, but it doesn't show anything about vibe resist. Triple sensor, multiband 6, tough solar. Also the size difference, the GWG-1000 is the biggest. It's got the biggest face out of the three. So you will see, if I can line them all up for a second, GWG-1000 is on the right here, and it's the 2000. And then lastly, this guy here, and the model number I did not give, sorry about that. It's the GWG-B1000. I always forget this one. So that is this guy here. So that's the differences. Great watches. If you want one that is the toughest out of the lot and you just want to beat the crap out of it, I'd probably say GWG-1000. Save yourself some money, get this guy if it's still on. And if you want to upgrade it even a little bit further, and you can, check for this range, man, because it beats all three of these guys out in all ways possible. So yes, I hope that has been helpful, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I have just come back from work and it's been quite a rough, well, a hot day, so that's why I'm in the golf shirt. But yeah, it's really hot today, so I'm not going to be getting out. It's now, I think the humidity is quite high today. I feel like Dubai. So just to give you a brief, I've been in the UAE on and off since 1997. I grew up moving back and forth between Abu Dhabi and South Africa, or the UAE and South Africa, but Abu Dhabi specifically. And yeah, I've seen a lot of change over here in the last couple of decades or so. And it's just fun being here. It's fun being able to enjoy the outdoors. It's fun being here knowing the kids are safe. And I spoke previously about why I started the channel and why I started the hobby, but I didn't speak about why I started the channel. And the reason I started the channel is I think we all want a bit of a legacy. We want to leave something behind for the kids. For me, it's them seeing these videos and just knowing that I just had some fun as well. I wasn't just a stuck-up lawyer. So so yeah, there's that. And again, please subscribe, like if you can. I do these and I don't edit them, so yeah, I hope to see you soon. Thanks everyone.